morning. We are students of the University of Cuenca. We are coursing the L level of the English literature. I'm Hugo.
My name is Erika.
I'm Priscilla.
My name is Andrea.
I'm Ruth.
Today we are talking about grammar using and grammar teaching. For that reason, we are interviewing Master Sandra Cabrera Arias, teacher in the Institute of Language in the University of Cuenca. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Teacher, please, I have a question for you. Approximately, what percentage of your class time do you spend teaching or grammar activities?
Just for grammar activities, maybe from 10 to 15% probably.
Excellent. Thank you.
Teacher Sandra, approximately, what percentage of the textbook you use is specifically devoted to grammar activities?
The same, from 10 to 50%. It's going to be like 10%.
10%, very good. Now, how important do you think grammar teaching is in an EFL program? Not very important, somewhat important, very important, or important?
I think it's somewhat important. Yeah.
Why? What do you think?
Well, the thing is that English is not that important if you, for example, teach it just isolated. You have to teach it in context. So, for example, you can teach grammar if you have an activity, a writing activity, for example, for your students. So you can teach grammar inductively, which is better. Of course, there are some points which are very difficult to teach inductively, and then it's when you use, like, for example, a chart or something like that. But it is better to avoid that. That's why I don't like to teach just grammar,
Okay.
isolated.
Okay. As a next question we have, when you have a conversation in English with people who are not your students, how important is it to you to use correct grammatical structures?
I don't think it is that important because, for example, if you hear some American people or some from other countries whose first language is English, they also make mistakes. and they don't care about it. And sometimes we're like, oops, I am not very fluent because I want to be accurate when I'm speaking, which I don't think it's correct. I don't consider that.
Okay. Okay, as next question. What do you think when you hear a foreigner speak Spanish using grammatical correctness in the structures?
Same thing. And I always, for example, tell my students the first day of class, try to speak English, because as you can see, some foreign people from other countries who come here to Cuenca, they try to speak English no matter what words they are trying to use or what the structure they're using. And I clearly, for example, have a situation that happened to me a long time ago. I was at the supermarket and there was this guy, I think he was American, he was an old guy. And he had like sweet potato, I don't know, it's like, I don't know in Spanish it's called camote. And he was looking like this, and of course he wanted to ask maybe if it was a potato or a camote. He didn't know that. And he was like, and he tried to speak to me, he didn't know that I knew English. He was like, esto rosa adentro, something like that. And then I was like, yeah, that's a sweet potato, you can have it. I was like, oh yeah. He was very, very, happy because I could speak English. But he tried, he tried, and he gave me the idea of what he wanted to say. So I think the idea is the most important thing, not the grammar.
So, what is the best way for teaching grammar?
Inductively, in context. And you know what? I love to practice a lot of writing with my students. I think writing is a good way to teach grammar. Yeah. But of course, when you're teaching, because you're becoming teachers, you have to give feedback to your students. Yeah. When you have, for example, a paragraph that they have to write about, you have to write the mistake they make and explain them what they have to do, to be correct.